What's up, YouTubers? So before we get started with this video, on first take, they're going to be talking about who would benefit more from a Lakers championship this year, Anthony Davis or LeBron James. So let's see what they have to say about that.
Would a championship win be more vital for Anthony Davis or LeBron James?
AD. LeBron's got 3.
Exactly. Anthony Davis would benefit more.
We keep talking about it. He's gone to 10 now. 10. He's got 3. He is career-wise challenging Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and some people think mistakenly, peak-wise challenging Michael Jordan. The point is, he's one of the greatest 3 players of the modern era, at least. What about AD? Let's talk about what is AD exactly. Is he a power forward, really? He doesn't like playing center? I don't know. If you're a power forward and you can defend the rim, you're kind of in positionless basketball. Throughout the history of basketball, that's kind of a center, right? Let's look at the all-time great power forwards and their legacies. Would Kevin McHale or Kevin Garnett or Dirk Nowitzki be as high on the all-time list without those championships?
So don't forget about Tim Duncan.
I mean, McHale played with Bird, but Nowitzki and Garnett, their legacies greatly benefited from winning those championships. Guys like Charles Barkley and Karl Malone, who never won, like at the time Karl Malone was playing and Barkley was playing, a lot of people were saying, is this the greatest power forward ever? But that's not that their legacies have faded, but their kind of positions on the all-time lists, when people chop it up about basketball, are not mentioned as much as, say, someone like Tim Duncan, who's got 5.
There you go. Tim Duncan's the best power forward ever.
Tim Duncan, who's a power forward who, like AD, could defend the rim, so he was really kind of a center, right? Well, if you're talking about real bigs like centers who also defend the paint, how's Patrick Ewing's legacy? It's great. He's an all-time great. I love my favorite player growing up, the Knicks, keeping us respectable every year, a powerhouse. No championship. Did it affect him? When you think about the greatest centers ever, Ewing's on the list, but where on the list? It makes a difference. The fact that David Robinson got one at the end with Duncan makes a difference, especially for the centers. If you're an all-time great, you're expected to have at least one. AD, as a package, as a player, has a chance to be the best who ever did it as a power forward. He's got to win. I mean, he's not going to be in that conversation if he doesn't get a championship. He needs to have that. It's huge. He doesn't have it yet. They didn't make noise in New Orleans, even with some decent teams. They didn't make noise in the playoffs in New Orleans. They're about to win it now, and it's going to make a world of difference in terms of AD's legacy.
So that should go without saying that winning a championship will do a lot of things for your legacy, especially if you're being considered one of the best players of your generation. So Anthony Davis will definitely benefit from winning a championship with the Lakers. I don't know why they're talking the Lakers aren't 2-up on the Miami Heat at this point in time. They're probably going to sweep them. But definitely it's Anthony Davis is going to benefit more. LeBron James, as Max already said, he already has 3 rings, even though he's going to be working on his 4th one with his 3rd team, which is huge. But definitely getting that first ring out of the way is going to be huge for Anthony Davis. So let's continue.
Max Kellerman, you're wrong. Totally wrong. First of all, it's going to benefit LeBron exponentially more. If AD were to win a championship, hell, he's Kyrie. He's a superstar in this game that's got his first chip. Congratulations to him and hats off to him. And that's about it. On LeBron's level, whether he wins or loses is catastrophic, or it's very significant in either scenario. Here's the deal. LeBron James is already tied with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as you pointed out yesterday, is #1 with 10 NBA Finals appearances, okay, in his career. We got that, right? Well, guess what? LeBron is number 3 on the list for most NBA Finals losses. I'm sorry. If he were to lose this finals, he would be tied with Elgin Baylor for number 2 all-time in finals losses, being eclipsed by only Jerry West, the silhouette, who's had 8 NBA Finals losses and 9 appearances. So to avoid that would be a significant thing. Number 2, think about all the things it would do for LeBron James if he were to win. all of a sudden there would be people out there, not me, probably not you, but definitely Kendrick Perkins, who's already there, talking about he's the GOAT. That would be further validation of something like that. At the very least, it would warrant, at least in the eyes of many, for him to be in the discussion in comparison to Michael Jordan, because he will have captured his 4th NBA title, but obviously with 3 different teams, with Cleveland, with Miami, Cleveland, and now the Los Angeles Lakers. So that would be very, very significant. Then we've got to take into account the fact that, even with all of those things happening, think about what he does off the court. Think about the things that he's accomplished. Think about Space Jam 2 coming out. Think about all of his endeavors in terms of,
So we're not talking about what's going on off the court. We're talking about what's going on the court. I don't care if he's doing Space Jam. I don't care what other little things he's involved with. I'm strictly talking about basketball and what's going on in the bubble.
him producing content and really establishing himself as a bigwig in corporate America, his aspirations to be an NBA owner someday and things of that nature. The more he elevates his cachet with championship hardware, the more significant he becomes. Whereas with AD, again, you're simply a champion. You've captured your first ring. Congratulations to you. You averaged over 30. You were a monster throughout the playoffs. We get it. You're a superstar talent. But with LeBron James, it transcends beyond the court of play as it pertains to the benefits he can reap from capturing yet another championship. I think it's clear that it's more significant for LeBron James to win this ring.
Now, I think it's more significant for Anthony Davis, obviously because it's his first ring. And also for LeBron James, I don't think it's significant for him because it's not like he's on the verge of getting his 6th ring or 7th ring. So he's tied with Michael Jordan or has one more than Michael Jordan. And it's not like it's his first ring or his 2nd ring to where, he's just now getting started. He's in that middle ground of limbo of winning championships between, being the GOAT and his first championship or 2nd championship, that it doesn't really matter. If he wins his time, he's going to be 4-6. He still has 2 more championships to win before he gets to Jordan, 1 on Kobe. And then, he already has, 1, 2, or 3. So that's not really, he already has his first championship. So it's not really going to be that significant. Now, when we get to his, his 6th or 7th ring, if he's able to, then that'll be something. But this will just be another ring and it'll make him 4-6. It's huge because he's doing it with his 3rd team and everything that goes along with that. But I think it's more significant for Anthony Davis because it's his first ring of a start of probably a couple championships he's going to be going to. But for LeBron James, this is just another notch in the belt, and it's not a determining factor championship like a 6th ring or a 7th ring or anything like that. So let's continue. And I hope that makes sense. I hope I said it so it makes sense.
No, Stephen A., it's not clear. Don't you start with me this morning. I already told you that LeBron James and Michael Jordan are sitting at the same dinner table, and I'm not about to even dive into that discussion.
Jordan's at the head of the table.
I believe that this championship benefits AD more. If you look at what AD had to do just to get to the Los Angeles Lakers and the heat that he took for forcing his way out of New Orleans, signing with Rich Paul, going to L.A., New Orleans, they don't want anything to do with Clutch Sports from what I'm hearing, all because of that situation. New Orleans have bad blood. They booed the man, Anthony Davis, who put up numbers and put that franchise on his back and at least tried to take to take them to the championship level. He took them to the playoffs. He was a stud down there. He's one of one. And he's a generational talent. Max, to your point, we haven't really seen nothing like Anthony Davis. Maybe KG, but I don't know because this guy has a unique skill set.
Nah, there's no way. Tim Duncan's the best power forward ever. And I kind of doubt that Anthony Davis will be able to get on the level of Tim Duncan and get 5 rings. I may be wrong because Anthony Davis is still young, but I just don't see him putting in the type of work for as long as and getting as many rings as Tim Duncan has done. Like I said, I could be wrong, but I doubt it.
On the offensive end, he's a big with guard skills. Defensively, we probably haven't seen a guy that could switch 1 through 5 the way he's capable of doing while being a rim protector. So with that being said, adding this championship and the way that he's going about it, averaging 30 throughout these playoffs, it's going to benefit Anthony Davis dramatically. I think this is going to be the best thing. God forbid that he wins the finals MVP. Now we're talking about a whole nother discussion and putting Anthony